rock math. We will rock math. Rock math. Hi, kindergarten. It's Miss Hartman here. Today, Miss Hartman was making out a song, and I was creating, actually what I was creating right there was a pattern. Did you hear it? Listen to it again. Did you hear my pattern? Remember, a pattern is something that repeats over and over. I'm going to do it one more time. See if you can name my pattern. Are you ready? Did you hear my pattern? That's right. It was tap, tap, clap. Tap, tap, clap. And it kept on going over and over, repeating. When you hear a pattern, sounds like my coffee maker's trying to repeat my pattern right now. Was that repeating it? No. When I repeat a pattern, it has to say the same thing over and over again in the same sequence. I'm going to hold up a special card today. And I want to look at this one because this is a color pattern. This is something that I see with my eye. When I just did my pattern, I was hearing it with my ear. So you can hear patterns with sound. You can also see patterns with color. So today we're going to take a look at patterns, an extra special look, and we're going to try to see if we can name a pattern and see if we can create a pattern, and maybe you'll get really creative and see if you can find some patterns in your world. When I look at this pattern, I always want to look at a pattern from the left to the right. So when I'm looking at this pattern, it's just like I'm reading a book. I'm tracking print, except I'm tracking the pattern. So I'm going to say these colors out loud. You say it with me. Go ahead. Blue, red, blue, red, blue, you guessed it, red. So this is a blue-red pattern. And the reason I call it just this part, blue-red, that's just to save me time. And if I go like this and I put my finger, or I could put like a little tower up here to block off the rest of my pattern, and I look at the pattern on this side, this is the part that repeats over and over again. So I'm going to call my pattern this part. It's a blue-red pattern. I could also call this by its shapes. What are the shapes that I see? That's right, a rhombus. Can you say rhombus? Trapezoid. Rhombus, trapezoid. Rhombus, trapezoid. I could call this pattern a rhombus trapezoid pattern. Whoa. I could also call this pattern something else. I'm going to write something down on my card really quick. Let me see. How many of you have been practicing your ABCs? Oh, you have? Oh. Well, when I name patterns, sometimes I can say if it's an AB pattern or an ABC pattern. And when I take a look at this pattern I was just talking about, I can see that I put an A underneath of my blue. And the next color I used was a B. That's a different color, so I have an A and then a B. That's standing for these two colors. And then it repeats again. Whenever I come to a blue, it becomes an A again. And whenever I come to a B, it's a red. So this is called an AB pattern because it's a two-part pattern using two different colors, and they keep on repeating. Whoa, we're learning a lot about patterns today. I thought they were just pretty colors. No. Let me take a look at this other pattern card. Can you name this pattern? First of all, let's start at the left and let's move to the right. Green, blue, yellow. You say it with me. Green, blue, yellow. Green, blue, yellow. Is this a pattern? First, you want to ask yourself, is this a pattern? Does it repeat over and over the same sequence? Yes, it does. So this is a pattern. Is this an A-B pattern? Is this a two-part pattern? Let's see if this is a two-part pattern. Okay, A, B. Oh, wait a minute. If it was an A-B pattern, it would start back over at green next, but now there's a yellow. This one could be letter C. A, B, C. Oh, 3 different colors. I'm going to write them down on top. A, B, C. We could call this pattern an ABC pattern because then it begins over again at that green one, which is again an A again. So when you're looking at patterns, you can decide how to name your pattern using either the color words, using the shapes, or using ABCs. I'm looking at that. I could name it using the ABCs. I could name this pattern, which part repeats? Where does it begin again? Green, blue, yellow. Green, oh, right here. That's where it begins again. So if I held up my little marker right here, this is the part that I would stop at and the part that repeats. This is how I would name my pattern. My pattern is called green, blue, yellow. Okay? Or I could name my pattern triangle, rhombus. What is that shape? Do you remember what this shape is called? Let's count the sides to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is called a hexagon. Woo! That's a big kindergarten word. Triangle, rhombus, hexagon. Ooh, you could call this pattern that if you'd like, or you could call it an ABC pattern. Either way, if we stop it right here, we know this is the part that repeats. Okay, we're going to get started on trying to create our own pattern. Are you ready? I want you to get out some objects and bring them back to the camera. Go ahead and pause this video. Go find 3 different kinds of objects. They all have to be of the same thing. So for example, you might find a bunch of yellow blocks like Miss Hartman. Maybe you're going to use some stickers that have different colors. Or maybe you'll use some of your little counters, double-sided counters. Go ahead and pause this video. Go get your patterns. Go get your objects for you making your pattern and come on back to my video. Okay, kindergarten, we're back together again, and now Miss Hartman has gathered some objects. I have some counters, I have some stickers, I have some yellow blocks, and I'm going to try to create my first pattern. My first pattern that I'd like to create is similar to that first card that I used. That was my AB pattern. So I'm only going to need 2 different kinds of objects. This one was blue-red. Remember this one? But I'm going to try to use new objects and create one. So I think I'm going to decide to use, I'm not going to use the stickers yet. I'm going to use my red counters and my yellow blocks. So to create an AB pattern, one activity I like to do with my students is I can take my marker first before I make the pattern, and I can draw a line from the left to the right. Because remember, when I read patterns, I always read them from the left to the right. And I can build my pattern on the line. If I want, before I build my pattern, I could even write down what my pattern code will be. If my pattern is going to be an AB pattern, I can just write an A and a B over and over. A, B, and I can keep on writing all the way across first to make sure that I'm going to do the right kind of pattern. Now I have to decide my yellow and my red, which one is going to be A and which one will be B. I think I'm going to use the yellow for A since it's over here in the beginning, and that's what I start with. So I'm going to use an A for my yellow. I'll put it right on top of my A. And then I'm going to use a red for my B. And I'm going to alternate back and forth. A for my yellow, a red for my B. Oh, it's starting to create a pattern. I'm so excited. Look how pretty it is. Oh my goodness. I don't even have any more letters, but I can keep on going. I know how to do this. If I forget, can I go back to from the beginning and I can read it across, just like reading a text. Yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red. Ooh, nice job, kindergarten. I've got an AB pattern. I hope you created one at your house. I'm going to try one more. And this time I'm going to try making an ABC pattern. So again, I can go ahead, draw a line from the left to the right on my paper. If you'd like to, you can write down ABC. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C. And you can create your letters first as your guide. Now, if I'm going to use an ABC pattern, I'm going to need how many different kinds of things? How many different letters do I have here? A, that's one. B, that's a second letter. C, that's a different letter. And then I come back to an A. Well, I already used A. So this is a 3-part pattern. That means I need 3 different kinds of things. And I told you before that I didn't want to use my stickers, but now I think I could because I have different color stickers. So I think I'm going to use my stickers for this pattern. So I'll start with the red, and I'm going to peel off my red for my A's. Every time I get to an A, it's going to be red. I hope you can see that color. The next color I'm going to choose is going to be green, and I'm going to use that for my B. And then the last one I'm going to choose, I think I'll use purple. So my ABC pattern is going to have 3 different colors. I've got my red, my green, and my purple. I hope you can see that. I'm going to hold it a little closer. Okay, let me see if I can keep on creating my pattern, and you go ahead and get your 3 objects and see if you can create your pattern too. If you forget where you left off, go back to the beginning. Red, green, purple, red, green. Oh, purple comes next. Purple, red. Ooh, sticky. Green. Go ahead and build your pattern too. Purple. And then I finished my ABC pattern. Wow. I had fun making patterns today. Today I'm going to take my marker before I finish, and I'm going to draw a line right after that first part that repeats over and over again. And I'm going to name this pattern. I'm going to name my pattern red, green, purple pattern. Or I might name this pattern an ABC pattern. Go ahead and see if you can create an ABC pattern today. And if you can, try to see if you can find patterns all around your world. Maybe you're even wearing a pattern on your clothing today. See if you can notice the pattern. Decide if it is a pattern. Remember, it has to be something that repeats over and over again in the same sequence. And see if you can name your pattern. Is it an AB pattern? Is it an ABC pattern? Or maybe it's some other kind of pattern. Enjoy seeing patterns in your world. Bye!